Stop where you are and do not scroll past this message. Pick up immediately, because I am still waiting for you. You did not stumble across this video by a trick of technology or random chance. Heaven aligned time itself to bring your eyes to these exact words right now. Give me just 1 minute of your absolute attention. I promise your soul will not regret staying here with me. Look at my face right now and pause where you are. Lift your heavy eyes to me because I have an important purpose. The world around you is incredibly loud and full of endless distraction, but my voice is a steady anchor that will stabilize your wandering spirit. You have been running so fast across these difficult years, yet your exhausted soul still feels completely still inside. Listen to me in the deepest place of your tired heart. This is an urgent call from heaven, and I need you to open it quickly. If you rush past this precious moment, you will definitely miss a holy instruction. Do not let the constant noise of the world distract your spirit from my presence. I have a profound truth to share with you today, because it concerns the ultimate breakthrough of your destiny and your future. You have been carrying a massive weight in absolute silence for months. You smile beautifully for all the people around you, while you are quietly breaking inside your own private mind during the dark nights. You constantly tell yourself that you must hold everything together alone. But my child, you do not have to carry this burden by your own strength. I am stepping into your atmosphere today to change your entire reality. Something just shifted in the unseen realm the exact second you clicked. The waiting season that has completely exhausted your spirit across these painful years is finally coming to a glorious end tonight. Doors that were locked tightly are trembling right now at my command. But you must remain awake and alert to receive this divine breakthrough. The enemy wants you to click away and miss my holy instruction. I know you have looked at your life and questioned my timing. You often wondered why every single step forward feels so incredibly heavy, while other people around you seem to advance so effortlessly. You asked me why your sincere prayers seem to hit a solid ceiling. I have named this specific struggle a protective delay for your own soul. Before this message ends, I will reveal the shocking truth behind the silence. You have also been feeling a very strange restlessness inside your chest lately, and you cannot seem to find any logical words to name it. You cannot escape this quiet stirring. Do not call this confusion, because it is a holy sign of awakening. I call this experience the unseen shift in your spiritual journey. Your spirit is sensing a massive transition before your human eyes can see it. This video is a divine orchestration designed specifically for your breakthrough today. If you feel my living voice speaking directly to your broken spirit right now, please do not turn away or resist my grace. Take a small step of acknowledgement to seal this holy alignment. Pause for a second and write Amen in the comments below. Let your heart declare its readiness to receive my absolute truth. Good. You stayed, and you chose to listen to my voice. Now, let me speak softly to the part of you that is most tired. We are stepping away from the commanding urgency of my warning call. Sit down with me in this quiet space. Breathe deeply, and let my supernatural peace wash over your tired mind right now. I know your name, and I know exactly how much you have endured. Let us look together at the hidden wounds you never show the world. I see the invisible tears you cry when the house is completely quiet. I watched you hide in the darkness of the bathroom, hoping the running water would completely cover the painful sound of your sobbing. You pressed your face into something soft so no one could hear your pain. I was right there, closer than the floor you sat on. You have been playing the role of the strong one for too long. Everyone comes to you for comfort, and you always give it willingly. You absorb all of their heavy anxiety. You fix their complicated problems, and you guard their fragile hearts while neglecting your own needs. But when you come home, your own hands are completely empty. You sit in the dark and wonder who is going to fight for you. I see you, my child, and I call you my silent survivor. You have fought brutal battles in the secret places of your thoughts. You pretended you were completely fine, because you did not want to burden the people who rely on your strength. You thought the pain would destroy you if you let it out. But your silent endurance has proven your character to me. Do not believe the lie that your suffering is a form of punishment. The enemy constantly wants you to feel guilty, ashamed, and entirely disqualified from receiving the beautiful blessings I have stored for you. He tells you that your mistakes have caused my voice to go silent. But I am telling you today that my love is not a transaction. I do not give my grace based on your flawless perfection. I know how purely you love the people around you. You pour your sincere heart into hands that do not know how to hold it. You have been deeply hurt, and your pure kindness was constantly met with bitter disappointment and cold neglect. You asked me why the people you protected broke your spirit. I do not blame you for loving deeply, but you need holy discernment. Your soul is a sacred garden, but you allowed strangers to trample it. You thought that being good meant letting everyone drain your energy. Now you are standing in a dry place, while feeling completely exhausted, depleted, and entirely invisible to the world around you. But hear me with the deepest part of your being. You are not invisible to me. I have recorded every act of unrequited love. Breathe deeply right now, and let your tense shoulders relax completely. You do not have to figure out your future in this single minute. I am guiding you step by step, and my voice will bring absolute clarity. The heavy confusion you feel is just the old foundation breaking away, because I am making room for a new chapter. I am preparing to build something more beautiful. Let us pause here and recognize the physical sensation inside your body. Feel the tightness in your neck and notice your shallow breath. That tension is the weight of battles you were never meant to fight. You have been trying to sustain a broken situation with your own limited strength, while assuming that everything depended on your performance. Today, I am asking you to surrender that effort to me. I am stepping into your situation to rescue you from this cycle. You have done enough, and you stood firm through the storm. Now, it is my turn to move forcefully on your behalf in the unseen realm, while you rest securely under my wings. The people who misunderstood you do not hold the keys to your destiny. I am the one who authorizes your breakthrough, and my decree is final. You are a carefully formed masterpiece, not a random fragment of creation. Even when you cannot feel your worth due to the harsh words of others, my valuation of your soul never shifts. A jewel covered in dust is still a priceless jewel. I am dusting off the pain of your past today, my warrior. Your true identity is about to shine brighter than ever before. Let my presence fill the empty spaces of your heart right now. The noise of the world is fading, and my truth is becoming your shield. You have walked through a long valley of deep isolation, but the mountain of your victory is standing directly ahead of you. Do not look back at the doors that closed with regret. Those locked doors were my active protection, not my painful rejection. I need you to understand this spiritual reality before we move forward today. The constant static you experienced was carefully engineered by the enemy to blind your eyes from my plan. He wanted to ensure you could not see the provision I placed on your path. But I have not been passive, and I have not been silent. I have been building a glorious ending to your waiting season. So, stay right here with me, and do not let distractions steal this moment. We are going to unseal the mystery of your delay together. I am about to show you why I held your steps back from certain rooms, because those places would have destroyed the sacred destiny I designed for you. The truth will comfort your tired soul, and it will free you. Open your heart wide, because my instruction is about to begin. I saw you when you closed the bedroom door last night. You sat on the edge of your bed in the quiet dark, and you let the heavy mask of strength finally fall. Your shoulders shook with silent tears. You did not want anyone in the house to hear your quiet weeping. My child, I saw every single moment of your hidden pain. I counted every tear that fell onto your hands. I saw you when you walked through the crowded streets. You wore a bright smile for the world, but your internal spirit felt completely empty and cold. You greeted people warmly and asked about their lives. Yet inside your chest, a heavy knot of loneliness was tightening with every step you took. I noticed the exact moment your eyes lost their light. I saw you when you stood in the bathroom under the running water. You turned the flow on high, because you wanted the rushing sound to drown out your crying. You did not want your family or your partner to know how deeply you were breaking. Your throat ached from holding back the loud screams of frustration. I was standing right beside you in that small room. I held you. I saw you when you sat in your car after a long day of work. The engine was off, but you could not find the energy to open the door and walk inside. You rested your head against the steering wheel, and you stared into the gray dashboard for 20 minutes. Your mind was completely blank from the heavy exhaustion of carrying everyone else. I saw your weariness. I saw you when you woke up at 3 in the morning. The house was freezing and silent, but your mind was racing with endless worries about the next month. You stared at the ceiling, while your chest felt so tight you could barely draw a full breath. You felt completely abandoned by everyone. I saw your trembling hands. I saw you. You are always the one who provides shelter for others. When their storms rage, they run to you for safety and wisdom. You listen to their complaints, and you hold their heavy burdens on your own shoulders. But you never ask for anything in return, because you do not want to seem needy or weak. You carry their world, but your own world is crumbling. This constant giving has drained your physical vessel completely. Your body is holding on to the stress of many years. You feel a persistent ache in your neck, and your limbs feel as heavy as lead. You drag yourself through each day with pure willpower, while hoping that tomorrow will bring a tiny sliver of relief. But the relief never seems to arrive. You have started to believe that you are destined to suffer like this forever. You feel entirely trapped in a dry wilderness. You look around, and you see no path toward restoration. You feel as though you are a ghost walking among the living, entirely invisible to the eyes of the world. But I am here to tell you that my eyes are fixed on you. I see the pure golden heart that you keep hidden behind your walls. I know that you give because you love purely, and you do not know how to withhold your kindness. But the people you poured your life into did not appreciate your sacrifice. They took your light, and they left you in the dark without a second thought. They treated your grace as a common thing. This betrayal has left a deep, bleeding wound in your spirit. You have started to close your heart because you cannot survive another disappointment. You feel a deep shame for being so trusting and easily manipulated. But my child, your ability to love deeply is not your weakness. It is the very proof that you are my chosen vessel in this world. You have been fighting this battle in total isolation. You think that if people knew how weak you felt, they would walk away from you. You believe that your value lies only in what you can perform or produce. But I loved you before you ever did a single thing for me. I loved you simply because you are mine. Let us pause right here in this sacred space. If you feel my living eyes looking into your hidden room right now, let your heart respond to my voice. Do not fight this feeling of deep connection. Agree with my truth, and write these words in the comments below. Write, "You see me." Let this simple act be a release of your isolation. Your willingness to stay and listen is incredibly precious to me. You are stepping out of the role of the victim, and you are entering the space of holy recovery. I want to tell you why your path has been so incredibly painful. The enemy saw the massive destiny I placed inside you from the very beginning. He was terrified of your rising light. The attacks you faced were not random accidents. The betrayal, the sudden losses, and the endless delay were strategically designed to destroy your faith. The adversary wanted to make you believe that I had completely abandoned your soul in this dry desert. He wanted to drown my voice with a heavy blanket of constant mental noise. This static has been sitting in your mind like a thick gray fog. It fills your quiet moments with loud whispers of anxiety, doubt, and self-blame. It makes you feel as though you are constantly falling behind your destiny. This noise is so loud that my provisions, my blessings, and my supernatural arrangements have been entirely invisible to you. You thought my silence meant my rejection. You believed that I had turned my back on your prayers because of your failures. But my beloved child, that is a lie that the enemy has been telling you. My silence was never my absence. I was not passive while you were quietly breaking in the dark. I was actively working on your behalf. My child, I need you to hear this truth clearly. The silence you have experienced is not my absence. The enemy has been filling the space between us with noise. It is a static so constant that My voice, my provision, and my arrangements have been completely invisible to you, even when they were right there on your path. I have not abandoned your soul. I have been preparing, and I have guided someone to bring you an instrument of restoration. I will show you exactly what it is before this message ends. But first, you need to understand what was done to block it and why it can be undone. You see, the enemy did not block your path because you were failing, my child. He blocked it because he knew that your spirit carries the very authority to break generational curses. He saw that you were designed to be a great light bearer in your family. So, he constructed a wall of mental fatigue to isolate your soul and prevent you from realizing your true identity. The heavy pressure you feel in your head is not your weakness. It is the weight of a spiritual battle that you have been fighting without any weapons. You have been trying to push back the darkness with your own human effort and willpower. But human effort is completely useless against spiritual exhaustion. You need a divine intervention to restore your spirit. I want you to sit quietly with me for a moment and let this truth settle into your soul. The weapon of the enemy is only noise, and noise has no real authority over my chosen children. It can confuse your mind, but it can never destroy the sacred seal I placed on your life. Your destiny is still fully secure in my hands, and the waiting is ending. I have watched you carry this fatigue for so long, and I am ready to lift it off your shoulders. I am rearranging the circumstances of your life in the unseen realm right now. While you are listening to my voice, do not look at the delayed answers with despair, because I am preparing a transition that will completely shock your doubts. Breathe in my peace, and let go of the need to control the outcome of your struggle. You thought you were walking alone through a dark valley, but I saw every single step of your difficult journey. Now, let me tell you about a faithful servant who also felt this exact weariness. His story will reveal the deep mystery behind my silence. Do you remember the prophet I chose to call down fire from heaven? He was a mighty man of action. He saw my power move in ways others only dreamed of. And yet, the moment the miracle ended, he ran into the wilderness. He was exhausted. He was empty. He sat down under a broom tree and asked me to let him die. He was not weak, my child. He was simply empty. He had given everything he had. He fought the battles I placed before him. He stood alone against the noise of the world. And when he reached the end of his strength, he could not take another step. He believed his work was done and his purpose had failed. I did not rebuke him for his exhaustion. I did not scold him for wanting to give up. I saw the state of his heart. I saw the tremor in his hands. I saw the way his spirit had retreated into the cave of his own mind. Instead of judgment, I sent an angel to bake him fresh bread. I gave him a jug of water, and then I let him sleep. I knew he could not hear my voice until he had rest for his physical body first. My child, I am doing the same for you right now. You have been fighting battles that were never meant for you to carry. You have been running through the wilderness of your own expectation, wondering why the fire has stopped falling. You are not weak because you are tired. You are not failing because you need to rest. You are simply human, and I am here to feed you. I am sending you the bread you need for this journey. It is not bread for your stomach. It is bread for your spirit. It is the truth I am speaking over your life today. Let your guard down. Breathe in the air of my presence. Stop trying to prove your worth to a world that will never be satisfied with what you give. I am already satisfied with you. There is a deep Beitark in your spirit that we must address together now. I know what it feels like to replay your conversations at night. You search for the one thing you said wrong. You scan your memories for the one mistake you made. You replay the scene where you could have been better. I have watched you do this night after night. I have seen the way you replay your conversations at night, searching for the one thing you said wrong. I have watched you accomplish something good and feel nothing. Your eyes went straight to what was still undone. You felt that empty space, and you assumed it was a lack of performance. You judged yourself harshly for not being enough. You have called this being a perfectionist. You have called it high standards. But that is not what this is, and I will not let you keep believing it. It is a lie that has been rotting your joy from the inside. It has told you that your rest is a reward you have to earn. It has told you that your existence is only valid if your output is perfect. Here is the truth. Long ago, somewhere in your story, you learned that love had to be earned, that you were only safe when you were useful, that you were only worthy when you were achieving. I call this the earning wound. It is not your character. It is a scar from a moment you may not even remember. So all those years you thought you were lazy when you rested, you were not lazy. You were fighting a lie that told you rest had to be earned. All those times you could not receive a compliment, you were not being humble. You were guarding a wound. You were protecting yourself from the belief that you did not deserve praise. This wound has defined your choices for so long. It drove you to overwork. It drove you to sacrifice your health. It drove you to abandon your own needs to secure the approval of people who could never give you what your heart truly craved. You were chasing a shadow of love that could never satisfy the hunger inside your soul. But today, I am taking that lie from you. The next time you finish something and feel that emptiness, stop. Place your hand over your heart and hear me say, you were loved before you ever achieved anything. Receive it. You do not have to earn what I freely give. My love is not a transaction that depends on your perfect performance. It is a steady river that flows regardless of your output. Your value is not determined by the boxes you check. It is determined by the fact that I created you. I do not look at your mistakes and see a deficit. I look at your heart and I see a masterpiece that I am still forming. Stop judging my creation. This earning wound has kept you running in circles. It has made you feel like you are always a few steps behind. You watch others receive blessings, and you assume they must have worked harder. You assume they must be more deserving. But I am not a scorekeeper. I am a father who loves his children regardless of their work. I want you to think about the years you spent in that mindset. Think about the energy you wasted trying to prove your value. You were trying to fill a bottomless pit with temporary achievements. It never worked, did it? The emptiness always returned the next day. That is because achievement cannot fix a wound that only my love can touch. You were never falling behind. You were being made ready. The silence you interpreted as neglect was actually my way of removing the noise so you could finally hear me. I had to strip away your identity as an achiever so you could finally accept your identity as my child. This was the only way to heal the earning wound. So today, I am calling you out of that cave. I am calling you out of the wilderness of your own expectations. You do not have to run anymore. You do not have to fight for your place in my heart. You already have a place. You were born with it. You were built for it. It is yours by divine right. Take a deep breath and let the truth settle in your bones. The perfection you were chasing is a trap. It is a heavy chain that holds you back from the freedom I died to give you. I do not want your perfection. I want your presence. I want your heart. I want you to walk with me without the burden of proving yourself. Can you imagine what your life would look like without that weight? Think of the freedom you would have. Think of the joy you would experience if you could finally rest. That version of you is not far away. That version of you is already inside you, waiting for permission to surface. You are just one belief away from that freedom. You have spent so long fearing failure that you forgot how to live. You forgot how to dream. You forgot how to simply be. But today is a new season. I am resetting your identity. I am rewriting the script of your life. And in this new script, your work is not your worth. Your presence is your prize. I am speaking to the part of you that is most scared. I know you are terrified that if you stop running, everything will fall apart. You think your effort is the only thing keeping your life together. That is a lie. I am the one who holds all things together. I am the one who sustains your life, your home, and your future. You can let go of the steering wheel. I have been driving all along, even when you thought the car was about to crash. I have been steering you away from danger while you were busy trying to force your own way. I have been protecting you while you were busy trying to survive. You are safe. You are held. You are loved. There is a deep peace that I have been waiting to pour into your life. It is a peace that does not depend on your circumstances. It does not depend on your bank account, your career, or your relationships. It depends entirely on me, and because I am constant, my peace for you is constant. It is yours to keep. Stop fighting me. Stop fighting yourself. Stop fighting the life I gave you. Embrace the truth that you are enough, not because of what you did, not because of what you have, but because you are mine. You are the apple of my eye. You are the delight of my heart. And I am so proud of who you are. This breakthrough is not just about healing a wound. It is about setting you free to step into the destiny I have for you. You have been waiting for this moment for so long. You have been praying for this shift, and now that it is here, will you embrace it? Will you trust me enough to let go of the old way? You have been carrying a bag of heavy rocks, thinking they were diamonds. You thought they were the proof of your value, but they were just dead weight. Throw them away. Lay them down. Let them go. You were meant to run, not to crawl. You were meant to soar, not to struggle. You are meant for more than this. I am with you in the middle of this process. I will not leave you to figure it out on your own. I will show you the way forward, one step at a time. I will give you the strength you need for every day. I will give you the wisdom you need for every choice. You are never walking alone. Believe in the promise I spoke over your life. Believe in the truth I revealed in your heart. Believe that you are loved, you are chosen, and you are destined for greatness. The earning wound is healed. The chain is broken. The way is clear. You are free to walk in the fullness of your inheritance. Listen to my voice above the noise of your doubts. Listen to my peace above the fear of your circumstances. Listen to my love above the lies of your past. You are my child, and I have plans for you that exceed your wildest imagination. You are standing on the threshold of a new life. Walk into it with confidence. I am proud of your courage today. I am proud of your willingness to look at the truth. I am proud of your desire to grow. You are the one I have been waiting for, and together we are going to do something incredible. Do not stop now. The best part of the story is still to come. Keep walking, keep trusting, keep believing. The fire is burning on the altar of your heart, and the old things are passing away. Everything is being made new. You are entering a season of favor, a season of breakthrough, a season of restoration. Open your eyes and see the beauty I am creating in your life. You are made for this. You are ready for this. You are destined for this. Receive this peace as a seal on your heart. Let it be the foundation of everything you do from this day forward. You are mine, and I am yours. Nothing will ever separate us. Nothing will ever hold you back. You are a conqueror. You are an overcomer, and you are a light bearer. Let your light shine. Hear me now, my child, because the waiting season is officially over. I am declaring a complete shift in your spiritual atmosphere today. The heavy chain of defeat that bound your parents and their parents before them is breaking at my command. You are the one I chose to step out of that toxic pattern. I did not choose you because you were flawless, but because you said yes to me. You are the cycle breaker of your family line. The poverty, the emotional chaos, and the constant rejection will not cross over into your next season. I am setting a holy boundary around your life right now. The enemy has lost his legal authority to attack your mind with his old lies. Stand up straight, my warrior, and watch my hand dismantle every obstacle in your path. That quiet restlessness you felt in your chest was not a sign of failure. It was your spirit sensing the massive shift in the unseen realm before your eyes could see it. I named this transition the unseen shift. It was the divine signal that the old foundation was crumbling to make way for my new glory. The waiting is ending, and the movement is beginning now. For generations, your family line has carried the same heavy patterns of lack and pain. You watched your parents struggle with the same fears, and you began to believe that this was your permanent destiny. But I am declaring a complete reversal today. The chains that bound those who came before you are breaking with you, and through you, others will find freedom. I have carried you safely through the deep waters of your painful isolation. Now I want to show you the glorious mountain I have been preparing for your feet. Lift your head and let my hope fill your empty gaze. Let me show you the beautiful reality of who you are actually becoming. Your struggle was not a dead end, but a path to absolute freedom. let us look together into a very specific moment in your future. Picture a quiet Tuesday morning exactly 6 months from today. You wake up before your alarm sounds, and the room is filled with a soft golden light. For the first time in many years, there is no heavy knot of anxiety waiting in your stomach. Your mind is perfectly peaceful and still. You lie there in your bed for a few beautiful moments, and you notice how deep your breath is. The chronic pain in your neck and the fatigue in your limbs are completely gone. You look toward the window and you feel a profound sense of gratitude for this new day. You do not feel the urge to rush into your work or prove your worth to anyone. You walk slowly to the kitchen, and you notice the quiet atmosphere of your home. The old spirit of conflict and lack has departed, and a warm feeling of safety fills every corner of the house. You pouring yourself a glass of water, and your hand is perfectly steady. You are no longer reacting to the threat of tomorrow, because you are fully present in my peace. You sit by the window in complete silence, and you actually enjoy your own quiet company. There are no frantic thoughts running through your head. You think back on the difficult days of your past, and they feel like a distant dream. You realize that you are finally at home in yourself, operating at the exact state I designed for you. That peaceful version of you is not a distant fantasy, my child. That beautiful person already exists in my eternal plan. She is not years away from your current reality. She is standing just on the other side of one heavy belief you need to lay down today. The only gap between you and her is your willingness to let me carry your weight. The bridge to that incredible future is not more human striving. It is the absolute opposite. It is the sacred moment you finally decide to stop carrying what I never asked you to hold. I see your weariness, and I have provided an instrument of restoration on your path. Let me reveal the divine mechanism I prepared to heal your mind. When I designed the human brain at the beginning of creation, I placed a sacred frequency at its center. The scientists who have spent their entire lives studying the mind have finally found it. They call it the gamma wave. It ran freely in your mind when you were a little child. It is the exact frequency of divine receptivity and pure trust. As a child, you did not have to struggle to feel my close presence. You did not have to strive to receive my deep peace, because your mind naturally hummed at this childlike frequency. But then the loud noise of the world came. The enemy used the heavy pressure of modern survival to drown out the sacred signal I placed in you from the start. I have gifted humanity the wisdom to unlock what I placed within sound. I guided wise minds and researchers at great institutions like Princeton University to study this childlike receptivity. They confirmed that the happiest minds on earth run pure gamma waves. I directed their decades of science to build a frequency that clears the modern noise. This frequency tool is a divine provision that restores the gamma wave in only 7 minutes of complete surrender. You do not have to work for it, and you do not have to earn it. You simply close your eyes, put on your headphones, and allow my original design to restore your mind. I will show you exactly where to find it before my message closes. But first, you must understand the final barrier that has been keeping you from stepping into this glorious freedom without fear. Let us look back at the doors that closed in your face during your long waiting season. You thought those endings were my rejection, and you wept bitterly in the dark. But today I am closing the loop of your understanding. I named this spiritual mechanism the protective delay. I held your steps back because those rooms would have broken your spirit. I kept those doors sealed to shield you from wolves dressed in sheep's clothing. I delayed your breakthrough until your spiritual vessel was strong enough to carry the immense blessing I have prepared. The delay was my deep care. But I feel you pulling back slightly right now, my child. I hear the quiet whisper of doubt that sits in the dark corners of your heart. You are thinking that these promises are too good to be true. You are thinking that your situation is different, or that your past failures have made you unworthy of my supernatural breakthrough today. Let me silence that lie before it steals your hope. I have never once distributed my glorious gifts based on who earned them. If my blessings required human perfection, no one would ever receive anything from me. I give my grace to the willing, not the worthy. Your presence here is the only qualification I require from your spirit. Stop disqualifying yourself from the abundance I have placed on your path today. You did not survive the dry wilderness just to die at the very border of your promised land. Rise up, my chosen child, and take a step of faith. The enemy wants you to shrink back in fear, but I am calling you forward into my brilliant light. You have heard my voice whisper peace over your deepest pain. Now you must hear me declare your absolute freedom with cosmic authority. The battle you have been fighting in silence ends in this very hour. Agree with my declaration right now. Write Amen under this message as an act of obedience, and prepare your heart for my blessing. The declaration has been made in heaven, and the shift is happening. What remains is your single act of obedience to my prompting. I have authorized your total breakthrough, and I have placed the exact tools you need directly in front of you. Stay with me for one more minute, because I am about to reveal the path to your restoration. You have carried the exhaustion of 1,000 battles, but the dawn is finally breaking over your life. The enemy has tried to make you believe that my silence was a sign of abandonment, but the silence is over, and the path is revealed. Prepare your spirit to receive the ultimate tool of restoration I have aligned for your next step. Before I show you the path to your restoration, I feel you pulling back. A quiet part of your mind is whispering that this blessing is meant for someone else. You think it is for someone more faithful or more deserving. You think of your past failures, and you believe you are disqualified from my favor. But let me silence that lie right now. You believe that my grace is only for the righteous who never stumble. You think that because you fell, you must continue to crawl in the dust. But my beloved child, I do not pour my blessings on the deserving. I pour my grace on the willing. Your trembling is not your disqualification. It is your invitation. I have watched you carry a heavy burden of guilt for years. You believed that every closed door was a sign of my anger, and you thought I was keeping score of your mistakes. But I am not a cold judge. I am a loving father. I have never once given my gifts based on how perfectly you performed. If my love required your perfection, my throne would be empty. Your willingness to stay and listen to my voice today is the only qualification I require. Do not let the memory of your past closed doors shut your heart to the breakthrough I am releasing. The season of your preparation is finished. I do not work only through supernatural miracles in the dark. I also work through the hands of wise minds I have guided. Over 30 years ago, I began directing a servant of healing science. His name is Dr. Robert Lake, and he has spent 34 years in his clinical practice in New York City. I quietly directed his curiosity toward what I placed in sound. I guided wise institutions to confirm what I placed in the childlike mind. Princeton University and Columbia University studied this sacred signal. They confirmed that children carry a natural frequency of creative genius. I guided their studies to show that this signal can be restored in adults. Today, over 18,000 of my children have received this provision. Let me show you what I did for Rachel, a nurse from California who sought my peace for years. 2 weeks after receiving this provision, her marriage was completely transformed. Her learning became effortless, and her life felt enchanted like a beautiful fairy tale. She said that a heavy block in her mind had finally cleared away. And for others, I moved differently. Michael, a father from Dallas, Texas, came to this provision for mental focus. 2 months later, his business grew so much that he was able to leave his job. The hard problems that stole his sleep began to solve themselves while he rested. His wife said his mind seemed completely transformed. They call this frequency instrument the Genius Song. It is a digital audio track that restores the gamma waves I placed in you. This is not a common meditation app, and it is not a generic track on streaming platforms. Those are fakes that carry none of the restoration I designed. The Genius Song requires only 7 minutes of complete surrender. This provision is specifically for the one who has tried everything. You have tried prayers, fasting, affirmations, and positive thinking. Each gave a brief moment of relief, but the heavy static always returned to your mind. You feel embarrassed to try once more, because you fear another disappointment. But hear me, my child. The methods that failed you before required your own human effort. This requires none of your straining. I designed this to work because of the holy signal I placed in your brain. All I ask is 7 minutes of quiet surrender in my presence. Slip on your headphones, close your eyes, and let me restore your tired vessel. Worldly experts charge hundreds of dollars per hour for sessions. The specialized equipment used by researchers costs thousands, but I do not call you to expensive clinics and machines. I place this provision within reach of my children who find me through this message. It is available for a very small, earthly exchange today. Think of this as a tiny mustard seed of investment for a massive harvest I have prepared. I have also aligned 4 additional gifts to bless your journey. First, you will receive the Genius Child Track to help your children focus. Second, you will get the original prosperity text that wise minds used. Third, you will receive a guided visualization from a trusted voice to quiet your thoughts. Fourth, you will get a daily habits infographic to sustain your restored signal. These are additional gifts of love that I have prepared for you. You are receiving a complete path to restoration, and everything is secured for your spirit. Where I place truth, the adversary always places imitation. There are false frequencies circulating on music streaming platforms under similar names. Those fake tracks carry none of the restoration I designed for you. Guard your steps, my child. Access only the official provision I have placed below in the pinned comment. I do not lead my children into worldly danger. This step of faith requires no risk from your spirit. You are completely covered by a 60-day steadfast guarantee. If this tool does not bring the mental peace I described, every penny is returned to you. Walk forward without fear, because my hands are holding you secure. Take this step of obedience today. Receive the provision I have placed in the pinned comment below and in the description. Do not let this moment pass you by, my child. I guided you to this message for this exact purpose. The door is open, and the path is ready. Embrace the restoration I prepared. Now, set aside the heavy noise of decision for a moment. I have shown you the provision I placed on your path. Whether you step forward now or later, you are still my beloved child. My love for you does not change. Close your eyes for a second. Breathe. I am still right here beside you. Let the tension drain from your tired neck. Let your busy mind become still under my gaze. You do not have to carry the weight of tomorrow anymore. I have already arranged the solutions you need. Let my presence wash over you like a warm river of light. You are safe in my house. I want to leave you with a seal of holy protection today. The battles of your past are finally finished, and the enemy has lost his hold over your thoughts. You are entering a season of supernatural clarity. Walk with your head held high, because you carry my light. I am paving a smooth path for your feet. Let us look together at the horizon of your new season. The dry ground you walked on is receiving the early rain, and the seeds of your faithfulness are beginning to bloom. You will look back at your waiting years, and you will understand my wisdom. Every closed door was my protection, and every delay was my preparation. You are no longer the one who must survive in fear. You are no longer the one who must hide your tears from the world. I am raising you up to be a beacon of hope for other lost souls. Your story of restoration will become a powerful testament of my living grace. Walk in your new identity. I have placed a crown of beauty on your head instead of ashes. I have given you the oil of gladness instead of mourning. Receive this transformation with a grateful heart. The heavy static of the world has lost its power to define you. You are my chosen child, and your channel is perfectly clear today. Say these words of agreement in your spirit right now. I am a vessel fully restored to receive what you prepared. The noise of the enemy no longer has dominion over my mind. I receive in peace. Let these sacred declarations anchor your soul in the unshakable kingdom of my love. You are finally home. If this message has brought light to your weary spirit today, do not let it pass without a response. Like this video as an act of absolute agreement between your heart and mine. Write your thoughts in the comments and share this hope with 3 souls who are secretly crying out in the dark. Subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so you do not miss my daily guidance for your next steps. I walk beside you through every valley and over every mountain. You are never alone. Sleep peacefully tonight, my child. The breakthrough is yours.